What's up, nerds and nerdettes and wee little nerdlings all? It's your buddy Big John at G for Two Gun Pixie presents Midday Monologue. So yeah, here we go live again now doing, I'm going to start off going through some of the comments from July, and if anyone joins us live and has any questions or AMA, I'm right here for you, my friends. So here in New York City, it's starting off. It is a very hot, humid day, and actually a thunderstorm has just started rolling in, so I hope we don't get our signal dropped. But otherwise, things are going well, and I keep looking out here because it's the window, and it's storming. It is storming outside. So yeah, we've had a great week of games. We've had a great month of games, and another great month coming up. Don't forget that the first Monday of the month, I get to do my shout out for the month. That'll give you all an idea of what's coming up for the coming month. But for here at the end of the month, you know I like to do these live questions and comments. So we starting up at the top. I'm going to work my way down. We have a comment from Anya. That's Anya. Anya. And by the way, she has a YouTube site as well, a YouTube channel. She does a lot of dancing games, dancing video games. She just put one up with a lightsaber. It looked really cool, really relaxing, and nice music to it also. So Anya said, awesome video, gun, epic tunes. And she's talking about the drop from yesterday, actually, because every Sunday I drop a slideshow gaming video where I take pictures of a game and its components, miniatures, and the whole works, and I like to put in a little slideshow with some music behind it, some appropriate, well, at least I find it to be appropriate music. And I'm glad you like that, Anya, because I don't get a lot of traction. That's what I said basically in the reply to you, is I don't get a lot of traction on the Sunday slideshows. I just keep doing them because, well, everything on this channel is for fun. That's one of the great things about not worrying about if I'm making money off of this. Are my sponsors happy? Are my patrons happy? Are they going to keep financially supporting me? It's awesome for everyone that does that. But for me, it doesn't work that way. So that's why I continue to do videos that they don't do well. They don't do well. But I put them up because I'm having fun, because I enjoy them. So Anya, I don't get a lot of love for my slideshow videos, so thank you so much for enjoying that one. Now, from Friday Night Fillers, now this is an old Friday Night Fillers. I mean, this is going back 3-4 years at least, because Oregon Al is still with us. And he's actually gone missing. I have no idea where Oregon Al is. He's been missing ever since the pandemic hit, and none of the 27 Warriors can find him. I think he went back to Oregon. I don't know, but he doesn't answer his Facebook is unused, and everything is unused on his channel. I don't know what the hell happened to him. But that's how far back this comment is a video for. This is our Friday Night Filler where the two of us were playing One Deck Dungeon. And Yafre, Y-A-F-R-E, Yafre TV. I think this is the first time I've seen you around here, Yafre. I'm so glad that you found us, and hopefully there's some more videos that you're going to enjoy. Yafre says, 3 simple words. He says, shields first, dudes. This video is, like I said, at least 3 years old, maybe 4. I can't remember what mistake you're talking about, but obviously you're talking about the fact that we didn't deal with the shields first. I don't understand mechanically why you have to. Okay? Let's address the question here. If by the end of my placing dice in One Deck Dungeon, if by the end of me placing dice, I have all the shields covered, what difference does it freaking make if I cover the shield first or last? I understand in the rule it says that you can't do any damage unless you take out the shields. What that means is, if you don't take out the shields, none of your damage will go through. That's exactly what it means. So for me and Oregon now to place things on other targets first and then to deal with the shields doesn't matter as long as we deal with all the shields. Now, this is 4 years old. I can't remember exactly what went on in that video. I literally put up a video every day. I record anywhere from 3 to 5 videos every day. I'm not going to remember shit from 4 years ago, but I can only address this the way I'm thinking of it. So we may have made a mistake and just not covered shields. That's on us if that's what happened. But if you're complaining about the fact that we covered all the shields, but we didn't do it first, that we covered other things first, and then we said, hey, let's not forget about the shields, and we got all the shields covered, it doesn't freaking matter. It doesn't matter mechanically. It doesn't matter well, I guess maybe it matters thematically, but if it doesn't matter mechanically or rule-wise, who the hell cares if I covered the shields last or if I covered them first? All that matters is all those shields get covered. Because if they don't, then none of the dice matter. None of the other dice matter. That's what it comes down to. But hey, I see we guys, is that Omaha? That's what I call you, OM. Is that what OM stands for? To me, I've been thinking Omaha James. I can't remember if you told me that in the past and it's still in my head, or if I just put it in my head. But there's OM James. So glad to see you, pal. It's always nice when we have familiar faces. It came from, oh my God. Oh, that's where it came. And this whole time, I've been thinking Omaha. Oh my God, James. I like that. Very cool. Very cool. Pardon me. I forgot to bring a water. I forgot to bring something to drink while I was doing this. I'm in the middle of doing it, so I'm not going to stop now. I just got to suffer through it. Suffer. First world problems, right? So from, last week's. Gotta hide. I know, James. I drinking before. I'll be drinking again. I mean, this is gonna last what? Half hour, 45 minutes? I'm good. But thanks for looking out for me. Now, from I believe this was last week's Midday Monologue Monday, right? Building a small box collection, part 2. Because I had to break that into 2 parts. My God, there are so many great small box games, and I own so many of them. So he says, Mint. This is what? Clean Sweep. Oh, Clean Sweep. You know our buddy Clean Sweep. Clean Sweep 38 and said, Mint Cooperative is a small superhero game in a mint tin. I didn't know that. Another superhero game. And it's in a tin? It's in a mint tin? It means it can't be very expensive. It's not going to take up a huge footprint. I'm going to get more information and check this out. Clean Sweep, thank you for bringing Mini Cooperative. If anyone out there is looking to find another superhero game, Mini Cooperative, go look that up. Clean Sweep 38 thinks it's something I should know about. Now, what's in the Pixies box? Oh, this is just from this past week. We have what's in the Pixies box, Ravensburger. And it's from Brandon Jenkin. And he simply says, 2-gun salute. There you go, Brandon. There's your 2-gun salute for you, brother. So I also take it that means that you are a fan of the Ravensburger games. I hope so, because they are really fun. And let me see. So that was last week's. So that means that was the Princess Bride adventure book game that you're commenting on. And so did Little Will also commented on it right there. He says, Little Will says, The Princess Bride will forever be one of my most cherished movies of all time. I don't know anyone that has seen that movie and doesn't like it. Okay, I've met some people that may not be overly thrilled and think it's the greatest movie that's ever made, but I've never met anyone that simply flat out hates that movie. OJ said, OMJ, oh my God, James says, that reminds me, I gotta go back and watch the Princess Bridge episode. Princess Bride. You missed the Princess Bride episode. It turned out to be a really fun game. I mean, yes, I'll say this right up front. It's a little railroadish because you're following a story. It's the same. It's very small nitpicking. But it's the same problem I have over here with Planet of the Apes. You know, it's completely railroading everything that's going on from beginning to end. But that's not the purpose of the game. That's not the purpose of that game, and that's not the purpose of the Princess Bride game. The purpose of the Princess Bride game, as far as I can tell, is to simply, if you're a fan, you're going to have a lot more fun. So yeah, go check that out. I had a lot of fun playing that. In fact, this week I'm going to do chapter 2, maybe 2 and 3, because they run short, and I think I could fit 2 chapters in one Friday night experience. And that's coming up this Friday. So yeah, go watch chapter 1. Yeah. I mean, you want to talk about replayability, James? Here's the honest truth. When you're dealing with something like the Planet of the Apes game behind me, or with this Princess Bride game, The replayability in the game is really dependent on your love of that particular story, that franchise. And me, I absolutely love the original Ape series. Those movies, I love all of them. They're not all the greatest movies, but I love the hell out of them. So I can replay this every year or so, maybe a little more. Like I think I replayed this like 6 months ago, maybe. But if T-Bone or any of the 20-sided warriors were buying this, like, hey John, I want to play that game, I'd have no problem putting it down on the table again, because the mechanics of the game are fun enough that even though you're doing the same thing from beginning to end each time you play it, how you're getting there, your strategy, your tactics are different. So because of that, I can replay the game, but it's not going to be like sometimes I play Hero Quest 3 times a month on camera. 3 times a month. I'm not going to be doing that with that. And when I'm done with the Princess Bride game through all the chapters, that's going to become one of those games that sits there. Maybe once a year I'll break it out, or more frequently if somebody wants to play it. It's fun enough that even having played through it again, it's Princess Bride. Of course, you're going to have fun with it a few months again later. But no, it's not the kind of game that you and your group are going to be planning, campaigns and returning campaigns to. Not at all. But if you're a fan of the movie, whether you buy it or you just happen to see it at a cafe or a friend has it, you should play it. You really should. What did I miss here? Okay, it says, makes sense. Thanks for explaining that. You got it. You got it. Let's move on here. So, Jareth Duke. Jareth Duke. Have I seen that name here before? I don't think so, but yet part of me wants to say yeah, but I don't think I have. Jareth Duke. So, if Jareth, thank you so much for watching the channel and commenting. And this is on Tiny Epic Tactics, the solo variant that I did for Tabletop Takeout. It says, how large are the minis? Can you replace them with D&D minis? I have a few minis that I would like to play with if I can. And I did give a reply already to Jareth, and these are slightly smaller. They did advertise them as basically the same size as the standard pre-painted plastic miniatures that you get for, let's say, Dungeons and Dragons or Pathfinder. They're a little smaller. Not drastically. Like, humans don't look like halflings. It's not that drastic. Like it would just look like a. Okay, here. So you have a D&D miniature and you have one of these miniatures, human, right, standing right next to each other. My reasoning of this is that the D&D miniature is like a 6 foot tall human that's representing, while the mini for Tiny Epic Dungeon would be like a 5'4", 5'5" inch tall human. So it is still within the range. The difference isn't that great. It may get a little jumbled. If you have a whole bunch of standard D&D Pathfinder style plastic pre-painted miniatures, it might, and they're all bunched up together in the same spot or near enough to each other, it might get a little tight. But I haven't tried it yet. So Jareth, if you try it, or if someone else is watching this tries it, let me know how it worked. Because, like I said, there's not much of a size difference, really. It could work. Now, Big Johnny G's. Hey, that's me. Big Johnny G's, how to play Sentinels of Earth Prime. All right, so we have, Travis. Travis Hunstable. I say that right? Travis Hunstable. Travis seems to be a new friend of ours here at Two Gun Pixie. Been popping up all over the place with the Sentinels and Marvel game champions. I can see that we would get along at the gaming table, wouldn't we? So there's been so many questions by Travis. I mean, I'm looking at this right now, 13 replies. So obviously we're not going to go through all of this. This would be an episode all on its own. Not that I'm against that, but we have a lot of individuals I would like to get to. Travis's question, do you have a beginner video for Marvel Champions? My friends want to watch it, and I couldn't find it, so I could get a link, or what, to search for it. Can I get a link, please? Also, have you played the Spider-Man expansion for Champions or not yet? Okay, I don't have a how-to. I thought I did, actually. I really did think I did. But as I said, I film between 3 and 5 episodes a day. I fill the rest of the day when I'm not doing my housework or taking care of the dogs or whatever else I need to get done, whatever I need to adult. When I'm not doing that, then I'm editing. So I forget. Sometimes I completely forget whole videos I've done. In fact, about 3 years ago, I caught myself redoing a video from like 2 years prior because I forgot I did it. That pissed me off because the amount of time that it wasted. But no, I don't have a how-to play for Marvel Champions. I think what happened was that I have a how-to play for Sentinels of the Multiverse, and I think I did one for Sentinels of Earth Prime, and I think I got confused in my head. So I don't have one. Getting to one, that's going to be months from now. I don't have the time right now to do a how-to play video on Marvel Champions. I will. I like to present how-to videos when friends of the channel ask for it. But it's going to be a little while. I have so much on my plate coming up. I literally have 2 more months of material that is either like halfway completed or that I've already started the pre-production work on. So it's going to be a little while before I can get to how to play with Marvel Champions. Now, your other question, have I played the Spider-Man expansion? Sinister Motives, that it's called. No, I haven't yet. I'm behind. Let me see here. So all the core stuff I've gone through. I've gone through the Green Goblin scenario, the Wrecking Crew scenario, the Kang, Once in the Future Kang scenario, and I did the Rise of the Red Skull. I went through that expansion box, and the Galaxy's Most Wanted was the most previous one I finished. So there is still the Mad Titan of the Shadow of the Mad Titan that I have to do, and then the Spider-Man. But I think I might skip the Mad Titan because I'm really interested in the Spider-Man stuff too. I gotta do it. Actually, I'm so far behind on my unboxings for Fantasy Flight games, and what I mean by that is not that I haven't done them. I literally have, okay, now you know how I usually say I always maintain about 3 months ahead of schedule on my videos. So if God forbid I disappeared today off the face of the earth, if a mothership came and beamed me away or something worse happened, you would actually still have 2 Gun Pixie videos for about 3 months. But the unboxings I have swamped with. I don't mean now. I don't mean like right immediately now. There's so many of them. I don't know what to do. No, I don't mean that in the immediate sense of the now. But generally, over the last 3 years, I've done so many unboxings that I have another 1.5 years. Yeah, I have another 1.5 years of unboxing videos that have already been shot, which is why nothing is in cellophane anymore behind me. And they've been uploaded to YouTube, just waiting for their date so that they drop. So wow, there's so much stuff going on. But you know what? I am actually gonna skip the Mad Titan. I'm actually gonna skip that so I can do the Spider-Man stuff. I got the Spider Ham, and let me see, in 2 days. In 2 days, I should get Spider. How do you even pronounce it? SP//DR Spider? I don't know. Spider. I should be getting that also. So I'm really interested in bringing the Spider team together and working through it. Now, the Spider Sinister Motives. There's one small thing that pisses. I see Fonzie. Hold on a second. I see. There's one small thing that pisses me off. Ooh, you can barely see up there. Yeah, so that's it right there in the corner, right there. That's Sinister Motives. What pisses me off about it is the last villain, who's a big secret, a big, huge secret, by the way, before the game dropped. And no spoiler now, since everyone has spoken about it already, but it is a gestalt. It is a combination of Venom, the symbiote, and Green Goblin. And it's called Venom Goblin. Venom Goblin. They honestly thought that sounded better than Goblin Venom? Venom Goblin. It's even a little clunky coming out of the mouth. But Goblin Venom, that you can't hold that in your mouth. It's dying to come out of your mouth. It's dying to be said. Yeah, that kind of pissed me off. But it has nothing to do with the game. So, Travis, I'm going to be playing some of that in the next week or two. Actually, no, do I have that set up for this week? Oh, wait, I got my... See, I have to keep a book. I got to keep a book here, and it has all my months. See? Right there, July and August. Oh, you're getting a peek. If you can actually read that, you're getting a peek of shit. But let me see. So Friday... I don't even have next Friday and Saturday listed yet. So that's still blank. My lives, I sometimes have blank until the last minute. For this weekend, what is it? It's, well, that is this weekend. I didn't write it down. But it was on the, if you see the Two Gun Pixie Twitter, or if anyone still uses Facebook, I put up the weekly list. So I can't remember. Did I put Marvel Champions on? No. Did I put... I can't remember. But it's coming up soon. It's coming up soon. Yeah, I am. I'm going to skip over the Thanos one. Sue me. I'm coming back to Earth. All right, so we have Anthony himself, making a comment on, again, our Building a Small Box Collection, Part 2. And he says, even when we were kids, we talk about the Super Friends cartoon show after watching it on Saturday mornings. We knew it was hokey and campy, and we'd often make fun of the terrible, horrible storylines. But we kept watching the damn show. I have a feeling that the game would do an excellent job of bringing back those rolling your eyes type of moments. Anthony, you're absolutely right. So what he's talking about is one of the small box games I mentioned in that is this right here. Quick, fun little card game that totally harkens back to the original show. And this is really lucky that I just happen to have it so close. You know, things that if you know the cartoon show, you're going to remember. You're like, holy shit, I remember that episode. Yo, what happened? Well, what about his... yeah, freeze them in ice. Yeah, cheetah. This is like such a great nod to the game. Who is the? Oh yeah, this one I was looking for. Who remembers the one where they got sucked into Lord of the Rings, but legally they couldn't call it Lord of the Rings? This was where they get turned into little trolls. Yeah, I remember that. So this game is fun. It does have that eye-rolling movement, as you can see from some of these cards that I threw up here. It is definitely fun like that. And as I pointed out in a reply I already gave Anthony, is it was the same exact thing for us with the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon show. I mean, by the time that came out, we were already, early teens, I guess. And so we loved D&D. We were playing D&D like literally every day after school and on the weekends, which is why we'd blow through a module in like a couple of days. Constantly playing it, but we made fun of the show. We loved watching it. But then every afternoon we'd be playing and we just make fun of how stupid, how bad it was. It really has nothing to do with Dungeons and Dragons whatsoever. Yeah. You gotta come over and play that, Anthony. Shogunstein had a bunch to say on this episode too about small box collections. If you want cool music-themed small box game, check out Big Easy Busking. What the hell is busking? He also says there's some excellent educational Flux games. There are. Flux. I think there might be more Flux games than any other style of game, even more than Munchkin, I think. Flux games such as Flux Math, Chemistry Flux, and Anatomy. Wow, there's an Anatomy Flux? Shogunstein also says, I'm going to be doing some colorblind perspective reviews of Looney Labs. We are huge fans of Flux and Lunacy. We just got Olympus Lunacy when we were in Vegas. So what Fonzie? I know I said hold on. I'm sorry. So Shogunstein does videos and about board games, about everything. He does reviews on a lot of things, not just board games. But one of the things he does do that should be of interest to a lot of people, especially guys, since we suffer for this more than women, is he does colorblind perspectives of games. Because sometimes those pieces can be hard to see. If, like me, my blues and greens tend to blend in a little bit. And depending on the shade of purple, if it's a darker purple, it may look blue to me. So yeah, I have a little bit of trouble with this too. So if anyone else is like that, please go check out Shogun Steve's channel, and he does some great videos on this. In fact, he also says, we just played Tiny Epic Dungeons again last week. Fun game. You know, I've only played it like 3 or 4 times myself. I would get it to the table more often, but I hate to say this because it sounds bad, and it's not. There are other games I want to play better. There are other games I would rather be playing. Not that I'm saying that Tiny Epic Dungeons is bad, but remember, I got about 400 games in my collection. So something to be played regularly here really has to rank up high. All right. What else do we have here? Pixie Playthrough Dark Tower. Brandon Jenkin said, hey, worth a try. Nice one. That was a bad game. It started off strong, but yeah, it fell apart real early on. Now, Fonzie, I'm sorry, I haven't been ignoring you. Fonzie, how you doing? So I still got my little capybara right here, buddy. Fonzie says, so if we look at your shelf, we can get a sneak peek of what's to come on the channel. That is true. There are games here that you haven't seen the unboxing for, and generally speaking, I've made a mistake once or twice, but generally speaking, if the unboxing hasn't dropped, I won't do the playthrough yet. So there's a few things here, like what haven't you, yeah, I've done the unboxing, I even did a slideshow, but I haven't done the playthrough with this yet. I haven't done that yet. Still got to get to that. That's just like one example. So I still have some more Princess Bride games. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of Princess Bride games. Most of them are small little box games. But yeah, so if you could get a hint from looking at the shelf. That's true. Fonzie says, oh, busking is what we call street musicians on the side of the pond. On this side of the pond. Oh, okay. Well, I'm on. I know. Who said busking originally? That was. Oh, that was in the comment. That was in the comment here, the busking. All right. Okay, street musicians. Playing is called busking. Got it. Learned something new today. Thank you so much, Fonzie. Yuli. Yuli, you've been here a few times before, Yuli. Yuli Dubov. I'm an idiot. Dubovik. I can say names that aren't American. And yeah, I had to switch out a couple of weeks ago. There was 2 weeks ago. There was a death in the building. Gentleman that's lived in this building for 30 years. I've lived here my whole life, so I've known him for the entire time he's lived here. Really nice guy, Patty. Super great, neighbor to have. And he actually passed away. I found the body. A niece of his was looking for him and couldn't get the door open, and I helped get the door open. Actually had to break open the chain, and that's where we found him. And so that kind of put the day. That was on a Friday, and then the funeral wasn't until the next Friday. It was a whole week, which is a little bit longer than I thought. I thought it was going to be like Wednesday or Thursday, but anyway, that caused me to I changed things up. I wasn't feeling like doing a live game, and I had to change things up. And Yuli says condolences for your loss. Wish you all the mental and spiritual fortitude in a time like this. Thank you for your channel and optimism in general. Watching you talk about board games always makes my day better. And here I am. I butchered your name. I feel horrible now. Well, I felt horrible before when I didn't do your name justice. I'm sorry about that. Am I even saying the first name right? Yuli? I hope so. I really do. I hope so. So thank you. I'm glad my channel, brings you some form of joy. That's really cool. Because I'm just here to have fun. So if you're having fun with me, then we're doing something right. All right, clean sweep again. Always around here. You got the regulars that you always see around. OM James, Clean Sweep, Fonzie. Love you guys so much. Little Will, always in my comments section. A lot like Zombie Dice. Okay, so Clean Sweep is talking about for Big Giant G's how to play Batman the Animated Series, the dice game. Yes, because it is built to be just a reskinning of Zombie Dice, but with Batman, which I thought would have been a lot more successful. I mean, Zombie Dice is a great game. I love that game. I bring it with me everywhere. I talk the game up whenever I can because it's worth it to be talked up. It's fast. It's fun. It's easy to learn. You can bang a game out. You can bang 2 or 3 games out during a half-hour lunch period. Well, lunch period like you're in school. Or lunch break if you're at the job. It really is a super fun game. And yes, so the Batman the Dice game is literally just a reskinning of the zombie game. And I thought because it was Batman that it would blow up. But it didn't seem to really get a lot of steam. I don't know why. You get to play the villains. Right, you can, and there's a few games where you get to play villains. I like them. I like one right behind me here with dragon scales, right? And right up, woo, if I get my hand in the right position, villains, right? Sinister Six. So we have there's a whole spade of games that have come out over the last few years where you get to play the other side, the bad guys, and that's pretty awesome. But it didn't help. I don't know why, but nobody knows about the Batman animated series dice game. And that's sad because it's cheap, it's easy to bring with you, it's fast to learn and teach, and you can play a game in literally very little time, so little time you can say no time at all. And it's Batman. But I don't know. It's just not in the zeitgeist at the moment. Even with popularity of something like this right here. But this is a much bigger game, so much different than just a quick little dice game, you know? But I'm glad you seem to think that it looked good there, clean sweep. Pixie playthrough, more dungeon. Yes, I've been getting this is about I think 3 years ago now, maybe just at the start of the pandemic. I did a few videos with Alexa. Alexa, the thing that talks to you. Because Alexa has some games programmed in. In fact, Alexa can play if you have maybe other board games, I don't know, but this particular one, yes, if you have Ticket to Ride Europe and you don't have anyone to play it with, you can play with Alexa. If you have an Alexa, she has the game programmed into her. It's amazingly fun. But I was going through a thing where I was playing a bunch of Alexa games, and I haven't since then. The bug wore off me. So in about the last 3 years, I haven't touched any of these Alexa games, and I've been getting a lot of hits. I've been getting a lot of hits on those videos now. And this is one of them. From As a Matter of Facts. It says, nice name, don't ask. I have no idea what he's talking about. Or her. They. I don't know. Because this was like originally posted like 3 years ago. I can't remember. But obviously you had fun. You're laughing at this. So that's good. That's good. Oh my God, James, you're all over the place. So for Big Giant G's, how to play the Batman the Animated Series, the dice game. We're back to that again. Oh my God, you said, obviously. You're quoting me. I remember this. Obviously is what I said. Obviously, after you roll, you can and should look at the dice. And you say you got a good chuckle from me from that. Excellent. This game looks really cool, you say. And a simple play. I've never heard of it. This is why I love your channel so much, my friend. You show so many obscure games that we've never seen. Love that. I'm glad you do. And I'm sorry if it comes off like I'm just patting myself in the back or something here, but you know the reason why, right? Because nobody pays me. Nobody is giving me free shit. Okay, there's like 4 small-time publishers that send me things, and that's it. That's it. Everything I do on this channel, I do because I want to do it because I like it. I'm not beholden to anyone else. The Fantasy Flight Games or any other company isn't telling me what to do because they feel like they have the right to, because they send me free stuff, or they send me tickets to the conventions, or they book my rooms for me at the conventions, like a lot of these other professional YouTubers that do these board game videos. No one does that for me. You know why? Because I don't ask and I don't expect it. This is my channel. Me and Tommy V, we do whatever the hell we want. We're not beholden to anybody. I'm sorry, not even you guys. You're here. As far as I'm concerned, you're all here because you enjoyed the ride that is already here, in progress, going on. And that's awesome. That's awesome that you appreciate and understand the fact that we're doing this. I'm doing this because I have the opportunity to do whatever the hell I want. Which is why sometimes I get copyright strikes. I don't care. They tell me that you're going to get a strike and this is going to be non-monetized. I don't monetize anything. So by the way, let me address that too. There are a few of my really big videos, like if you watch like my how to play Hero Quest, you're gonna sit there and you go, wait a second, wait a second, wait a second. You're gonna say to yourself, Big John, you say you don't monetize. How come I see commercials on this? That's not me. That's not me. YouTube has the ability and the right that if you are not monetized, but you have a video that's doing well, they will monetize that for themselves. So whenever you see a video of mine that has commercials in it, first of all, it probably has a few thousand views, which is awesome. Very cool. But it's not me. YouTube is monetizing that for themselves. My channel, even if I wanted to monetize, my channel doesn't have enough. I have enough subscribers. You only need a minimum of 1,000. But the time watched, I can never get more than halfway to what I need for every 365-day cycle. But because I'm not trying to monetize, I'm not trying to be a business, I'm just doing this for fun, as I keep saying, that doesn't matter to me. Which is also why it doesn't matter to me when they say, oh, we're going to demonetize your channel. I don't care. Do it. We're going to give you a copyright strike. Do it. I don't care. I don't give a shit because I'm not losing anything. Well, then you're not going to be in the algorithm. I'm not in the algorithm now. Come on. I'm not in the algorithm. I don't monetize. This channel you're watching is the most least cared about channel by the YouTube algorithm. OM James says, I'm preaching a little bit. I'm sorry. Am I getting a little out of hand? It does. It pisses me off. You know what? Okay. You want to hear something? You know what pisses me off? You know why I get most of my copyright strikes? You know why? Because of the music, the background music. Now, obviously in the live stuff, I don't really have it. If you can hear something now, it's because my wife is blasting some music in the other room. But here, for this channel, what I'm doing right now live, there's no background music. But every single one of my edited videos, you're going to hear background music. I like background music. As a child of the 70s, I grew up with every single television show I watched had incidental background music. So it seems natural to me. Now, how do I get this music? Because I don't do any editing on YouTube. Nothing, not one video. I swear to God, I'm not exaggerating. Not one video of the 2,000 plus videos Two Gun Pixie has ever put up has been edited through YouTube. I don't know the first thing about editing in YouTube. I do all my editing through my phone on Power Director. I know everything I need to know about Power Director, and that's only about 30% of the shit I can do. If I had the time, I could learn to do so much more effects and everything. But I don't need them for what I'm doing. But here's the thing. I pay for Power Director. Okay? I don't just have an app that gets rid of the watermark. I used to. But I wanted all the extra music. The amount of music, if you don't pay for Power Director, the amount of stickers, the amount of video clips and everything that was available to you is very small. And when I started getting really big and I started feeling what I was doing here, right? When I knew what I was doing here, I said, okay, now I need to buy Power Director so I have access to all this extra music, all the extra bells and whistles. Okay? So I pay to use this music in an editing file system. But none of the music I use is approved by YouTube or in their file of approvable music. So they tell me I'm stealing it. So they can't monetize. I'm telling you, about half of my videos are not monetized, are copyright stricken because of this. I'm paying to use this goddamn music. I don't care that it's not in YouTube library. I'm already paying to use it in video for a video. That is literally why I'm paying for it, because it is part of the make a video deal that I got going on here with the Power Director. I don't give a fuck that YouTube, see, that's the thing. So YouTube, this is what I think. Because this music isn't in their files, they're not making money off of it. I don't know what else to think. I'm paying for it. I'm paying for the ability to use it. But they're telling me, we don't care. You're not going to make money off this because we're giving you a copyright strike because that's not in our library. So am I supposed to get this straight now? That I bought the right to use this music, but because it wasn't also sold out to YouTube, I can't use it on YouTube. This is ridiculous. If this is what copyrights have gotten down to, and my whole life, I've been all about protecting the artist. But if this is the case now that you can sell out music to one thing but prevent it from ever being used on anything else that you've already sent it out for, yeah. What? It makes no sense. So that's why I don't care. And that's why I made a decision long ago when I realized that I didn't think I was going to get to monetizing level here. I decided, you know what? Let me just cut ties. Let me do it now before I get upset later down the road in the future. Let me just say right now, I'm not going to bother trying to monetize this channel. I'm not going to let YouTube tell me what I can and cannot do when I'm not doing anything bad. I'm not doing anything illegal because I paid for this goddamn music. I paid for the video clips. I paid for the pictures. And if I'm not using those pictures, there's the pictures I've taken with my own damn phone. And I've gotten copyright strike on things with no music because of pictures. Well, I'm sorry. I do not own this image. But if I take a fucking picture of it with my camera, you're telling me I can't put it up somewhere? Then that means every reviewer on YouTube is getting a copyright strike, and I don't believe that. I absolutely 100% refuse to believe that every single person that reviews a product and puts a picture up of it, they get a copyright strike. That's bullshit. The reason I think this is happening to me is because I'm nothing to YouTube. I'm not in the algorithms. Nobody cares about sharing my videos. Nobody cares. And you guys do. You guys do. But I'm talking about numbers enough to matter. So don't take it personally. You all, I love the fact that you're here and you love my channel. But other than that, let's think about it. Am I here? Have I ever given you or anyone else an impression that I am here to make money? To be the next Tom Vass? I wouldn't want to be him. I can't stand most of the damn reviewers out there for the board games. The big ones, the professional ones, I can't. Yeah, see, you never got the impression. Thank you, because I'm not even trying to give it. And that's why when things like this happen and YouTube wants to get on my face about it, I just tell them, fuck you. What are you going to do? You're going to demonetize me again? I'm not making any money. I'm not trying to make any money. So therefore, there's no theft. I bought this music, so therefore, there's no theft. I took that picture of myself with my own camera. There's no theft. If anybody in America, I don't know how businesses run in the other parts of the world, so that's why I'm just saying America. If anyone in America, you or me, tried to run a business the way these guys run their business over on YouTube, we'd be shut down. We'd be shut down. I don't understand YouTube at all. How they get away with all this crap. I don't. I even lost track of how I got on that. I lost track of that. What comment was it? Was that something for clean sweep? I can't even remember. Damn it. Does it matter? No, I don't think so. There's a lot of things I get pissed off about. And I try not to talk about them too much because even though I don't want to get, I don't want to be, shut down on the site. Let's face it. I'm a 53-year-old white American male, born in the 60s. Sometimes I feel like I should just keep my mouth shut. Even right now, I think I've said too much, so I'm going to keep my mouth shut on the subject. Oh, where am I here? Savage Sully. I don't know Savage Sully. Do you know Savage Sully? I don't recognize that. Must be a first timer here. Thank you, Savage, for watching Two Gun Pixie. Hold on, OM. OM says you're all good, dude. I think because you and a lot of the regulars, I think we're all within the same, at least within 10 years or so age category. So therefore, we probably have a bit of a similar mindset. Savage Sully for my Hero Quest Mythic tier level of my two-gun review said, wait. Am I the only one who got a completely different scope of minis? I don't know because I haven't seen your scope. But Savage, the miniatures I have and that you see in my videos, from what I can tell, and from what I saw in the Kickstarter, are the miniatures everyone else got. If your miniatures look different, and I'm not talking about this. Okay, so the Mythic tier box has some different molds. Like both the common box, the core box, and the Mythic tier have, let's say, for example, abominations. But the mold in the Mythic tier is different. In fact, it's weird that you say that. Now that I think about it, it's really weird that you say you got different molds because the inlay of the boxes are molded to the specific minis. Are you sure you got different molds? Because that would mean it's not like they just accidentally put a wrong miniature in your box. These are in molded trays. That means that it had to be in molded tray. Can I say molded tray anymore? Has this become a drinking game? But you see my point, right? So if you had totally different miniatures, their cuts, their molds, then you would obviously have to have a different inlay for them to fit in their appropriate spots. Were you looking at the same miniatures I was? Because that doesn't make sense. And if you did get completely different molds and miniatures on all of your HeroQuest stuff, dude, post these pictures. And you know what? Come back here and let me know where those pictures are posted, because me, and I'm sure everyone else here, would love to see what your miniatures look like. And why you got such different ones. Man, I wish I wish there was a picture so I could see what you're talking about. I don't know, Savage. I don't know what to tell you. Contact Hasbro, and find out what the hell's going on. Go on some of the feeds, go on their Facebook, go on their Twitter, go on any of their feeds you can find and ask. I don't know. Good luck, brother. Clean. Somebody named Clean Sweep is all over the damn place. For Clean Sweep, it's messy everywhere I look. Pixie playthrough of Bag of Dungeon with Big Johnny G and the 20-Sided Warriors. Hey guys, just wanted to let you know I got my copy of Let's Dig for Treasure today. The quality and art on the cards are great. The rules are short. Like yours from the Alien sister game that you have, I think your warriors would enjoy playing it. Take care. I eventually want to play and hopefully have in the collection here all of the Stephen Road games. I know, was it you in another remark? I'm not sure if it was you, Clean Sweep, or one of the other regulars here, but it was one of the regulars had made a mention about let's dig for treasure. There's don't talk to strangers, and then there's let's summon demons, let's summon devils, or the devil, or something like that. A lot of people have problems with that one. I've read so many reports. It's been mentioned here. One, like I said, I can't remember if it was Clean Sweep or one of the regulars mentioned that there's a little disturbing to them. I guess I can get that. But then, so summoning the devil is, makes you think that that's a little off-putting. But Don't Talk to Strangers is literally about child kidnappings. Obviously, they're by aliens, not people. But does that make it any better? Knowing that all the children in the town were kidnapped by gray aliens makes it better than if they were all kidnapped by Bill down the street? I don't think so. I think it's even worse. Because at least, no matter how horrible things are, you have a pretty good idea of what one human might do to humans that they kidnap. This is going down a dark hole. But aliens, who knows what the hell is going on? Are they eating them? Are they torturing them? Or are they just testing them? But the tests are like torture. Are they bringing them to a space library and having fun? We could be anything. We don't know. But aliens are definitely kidnapping kids. And the other one that you got is kids digging up corpses. If you're going to say one of these things is disturbing, come on, they're all disturbing. If you were walking by or driving by, let's say there's a drive you take where there's a cemetery, and you were driving by one day and you saw 20 kids with shovels all digging up bodies in broad daylight, you wouldn't be disturbed? These are all disturbing things. Summoning the devil, kidnapping children, or children digging up the dead and stealing from them. The point is, they're all done tongue-in-cheek. They're all done to laugh at. Through the art, and even through the stories that are told. Through some of the, like the cards in Don't Talk to Strangers. Some of the things, new stepdad kind of card. They're funny, they're tongue-in-cheek. So I understand. Everyone has their limit. Everyone has where they draw a line. But I just think about it like that. So people are drawing the line. It's like, okay, for games about children kidnapping or literally grave robbing, but not about summoning the devil. Now, on a personal note, I also have a problem with that because everybody believes in dead bodies. I can't think of one person, sane person, that if you said, hey, we're going to go dig up some bodies in the grave, like, I don't believe in dead bodies. They don't exist. If you said to someone, hey, the kids are getting kidnapped. Kids don't get kidnapped. That's all bullshit. That's a conspiracy. But to say, you believe in the devil. That's a personal thing. There's no universally acknowledged every single person believes that devils and demons are real. So it's funny that the thing that doesn't have any proof of real existence is where many people are drawing the line. Yeah, kidnapping is fine, but you talk about my imaginary friend's imaginary bully and nemesis? Well, that's going too far. I know, I said imaginary friend talking about religion probably pissed a few people off. But hey, what are they going to do? Demonetize me? Clean and sweep. I don't feel picked on. I'm sorry. I'm not picking on you. It's the generality of the concept. Let's see. We're about almost an hour into this. Let's just take a couple more. We'll call it a day. Little Will. Hey, there's Little Will. I haven't seen Little Will for a while. Hope you're doing good, pal. So watching the Pixies box of Fantasy Flight Games. It says, Fu always knows the truth. One of the interactions I have with Fu Manchu, you can't see him over here. Here he is. See Fu? Hiding right there, always spying on me. I do have fun interacting with him. And Little Will, it looks like you have fun seeing me interact with him as well. Saying as well a lot, that could be a drinking game. Chris the Magnif. Chris the Magnif. Okay, so for my, again, my two-gun review of the Mythic level tier of Hero Quest, he says, big Hero Quest fan. Still have the original, and I backed the Mythic tier this time around. One thing I don't understand is the age of 14 plus. I was easily playing and enjoying the original Hero Quest game when I was like 8 or 9 years old. I don't understand these things either. And all I do all day long is talk about or play board games, role-playing games, dice games, card games. That's all I do. And yeah, I don't understand this either. I've always thought that they just put higher ages than they expect just for safety, just for legal reasons. That's my guess, right? So if a game says that it's good for 14 and up, that's one thing. But if they put 10 and up and some 10-year-old kid does something stupid and the parents sue the company for it, it comes down to, well, why did you say a kid that young could play the game? So I think it has to do with just protecting their asses, man. Because I agree with you. I mean, I was literally playing Dungeons and Dragons when I was 8 years old. I was playing the Tom Moldvay, basic Dungeons and Dragons when I was 8 years old. Within 2 years, I was DMing Advanced Dungeons and Dragons at the age of 10. So why a 14-year-old and not a 13, 12, 11, 10-year-old is expected by the company standards to be able to play Hero Quest? That's a joke. I don't bring it up a lot when I'm talking about games and the age, but I do every now and then. I say this statement, and it's true. When I talk about the ages, I always say, ultimately, you know your children better than me or the company does. You make your own damn decisions. And I stand by that. It's true. I don't have any kids of my own. I have nieces and nephews, tons of them, but I have no kids of my own. But I would still be that way. Even if I had my own kids, I would make a judgment knowing my child, my daughter or my son, whatever they were into. I would have a pretty good understanding of whether they can handle Hero Quest or Dungeons and Dragons or whatever, especially being a player of it myself. How could a player of any of these games not have an inkling of when their child is going to be old enough to play the game? Another thought is maybe they put these on for exactly that, for people that don't have kids, but are buying for someone that has kids. So maybe they put that there's a guideline for them. But honestly, I think it has more to do with them just legally protecting their asses. That's my thought on it. Gaming Radar, Star Wars Villainous, Power of the Dark Side by Ravensburger. And another first-timer, I believe, Pierre Willems. Pierre Willems? Sorry, this ugly American mouth is butchering non-American names. So Pierre says, can you give me a release date for when this is releasing? And I can't remember what I told him, but I did tell him something here. I said, that's what I said. I do not have a firm release date. However, from what I see from the pre-order sites, such as at Miniature Market, it should be apparently available sometime between July and September. So July is just about up. So within the next 2 months, hopefully, then Star Wars Villainous will be available. And that's on my radar. Yeah, Star Wars Villainous. Yeah, I got the Marvel right there. Ah, right there. Bill Y. Bill Y, you've been here before. Thanks for returning. Bill Y says about my Pixie playthrough, Return to Dark Tower. At the beginning of the month I did this. Oh, wow, we're back to the third day of the month. He says, challenging scenario. Okay, so I remember this one, right? So what I did was I had the Gaze Eternal was the big villain, and I was using the Shadow Wolves. I can't remember what the others were. But the important thing is, don't play with Shadow Wolves if you're soloing. If you're soloing one hero, don't play with Shadow Wolves. That's what I came away from that. I wish I brought a drink in here. So Bill Y says, challenging scenario. Seems to be doing well until bringing the Gaze Eternal on the board. Those Shadow Wolf strikes were devastating and showed the potential impact of ignoring foes on the board. That adversary showed some cool interruptibilities between the app and the tower, combining the glyph reveal with the rotation with the related events around the board. It was great. Thanks for sharing. I'm glad you enjoyed watching me get my ass kicked. No. I really did. That makes it sound like it was completely one-sided. And the truth of the matter is, yes, I thought I was anyway, doing really good. I had everything done. I was accomplishing missions. I wasn't straggling behind in any way. And then I thought I could do it. Then I thought it was time to bring out the Eternal Gaze. So I did that main quest, got him out. Everything fell apart. Wow. Everything fell the hell apart. Every damn wolf was on the board. And the app kept telling me, well, all the wolves attack you. Basically, that's what I said. All the wolves go to your spot and you lose X, Y, and Z. Every single time. It was like 4 times in a row, or 3 times in a row, it hit me. Oh, they tore me apart. I was literally torn apart by the wolves. And I was doing pretty good until then. Actually, that's it. I'm playing. Yes, I do have that in the schedule for this Saturday. I'm playing another Return to Dark Tower. And if you can see, top of the corner right there, I'm actually going to be finally incorporating the Alliance expansion. So I'm going to be trying that out this Saturday. So hopefully it'll be a better game. But Bill, it was very challenging. Thank you for watching and enjoying. Shogun Steen, you're always all over the place. What's up, July? Says, I'm trying to do the opposite of building a collection. I'm trying to sell stuff off. My wife would probably want me to do the same thing. Don't talk to her. Don't give her any ideas. But yes, I understand. I'm very lucky. I'm very blessed as far as an apartment dweller goes here in New York City to have an extra room that I can dedicate to this, to all of this. I understand how lucky I am, and I do feel blessed because of that. And I understand, like, anyone can have a problem trying to keep a large collection like this. What do you do with it? Where do they go? And so I know how lucky I am. If I probably have about another, I don't know, maybe another 100 games, and then after that, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to rearrange correctly enough to continue filling things up in such a nice, tidy manner. And if it's not a nice, tidy manner, it drives me crazy. O.M. James, you pass those blessings on to us, my friends. I'm glad you feel that way. I am. Makes me feel better about myself. So I guess that's selfish. But it's selfish because you feel good about it. So I don't know how to feel about that. I'm losing my mind. Oh. Yeah, the Dark Tower game. Brandon Jenkins, you watched it. He said, damn corruptions. Good one, too good. Oh, yeah, that's how it ended. That's right, yeah. Too many. It wasn't that I got destroyed by the wolves. I was getting destroyed by the wolves, but while getting destroyed by the wolves, I had accumulated a total of 4 corruptions. I think it was 4 by the end of that game. So I had 3. Once you hit your third one, it's over, and I think I got 2 at the same time on my last turn, I think it was. Yeah, you're right, Brandon. Damn corruptions. Take you out pretty much every time. And we'll end off here with games that feel like D&D. Because I really enjoyed doing that video. Being such a D&D head for all these decades myself, I really did like doing this video. And if you're a D&D fan out there, please, I dropped that at the very end of last month. I think it must have been the second to last. No, it must have been the last Thursday. Yeah, 5. If there's a 5th Thursday of the month, on that 5th Thursday, I will always drop an episode of Big Johnny G's 5 favorite. So if you go back to the end of last month, you'll see games that feel like D&D. And Dale the Casual Gamer is another great YouTuber. Love your channel, Dale. You do awesome Marvel Champion games. Your videos on Marvel Champions the card game are so good. You almost, a little bit make me feel like, why should I bother doing them? But Dale said, great list. Now I just need to be strong and not order the ones on this list that I don't own. With a smiley face. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to instill in you and the others at least the desire for at least one. Is that 2? At least one. Those games off that list that catch a D&D RPGer's attention. So I'm glad you feel that way, Dale. I'm not glad for your wallet. I know how my wallet feels about things like that. But I'm glad for you. Brandon shaking again. Thank you so much. Said, Set a Watch is a fantastic and my favorite quick solo game. After watching your Iron Helm playthroughs, I definitely want to try that game. That is one of the greatest things I love to hear. It really is. And it's happened a few times. Whenever somebody leaves a comment that they watched a game I play and they enjoyed that game so much. I don't care if they enjoyed me playing it. That they enjoyed the game so much that they wanted to go get it themselves. I love hearing that because besides doing this for fun, that's also kind of why I'm doing that, is because if I'm having fun with something, I want to share that. I want you to have fun with it too. Maybe you won't have fun with it, but if I don't tell you about it, how will I know? And if you don't know about that game until you hear it from me, how do you know? I love sharing. I love sharing the love of this game. This is a passion for me. And there's only a couple of things I'm passionate about in life. Shogunstein, also for the games that feel like D&D, this is all of them, said, what happened to the role-player adventure game everyone was talking about for about 2 weeks? Okay, Shogunstein, I get it. I know the two of us have spoken about this many times, and you're absolutely true. I've agreed with you every single time. And in fact, I have a video. There's a Midday Monologue Monday coming up in a few weeks. I think it's going to drop in a few weeks. Literally called Cult of the New. And that's what I'm talking about here with you and everyone else, right? Okay, so I love role player. It doesn't get to my table enough. I admit that. I really do love this game more than I ever thought. I wish I had backed it on Kickstarter, but I didn't think it was anything special until I played it. I realized that, wow, a dice-chucking game about creating D&D style characters is actually freaking amazing. But what Shogunstein is talking about is besides the 3 games for this, the core and the 2 expansions, they have a pretty much a full-blown role-playing game out based on this. And you can even use, if you create a character in this game, you can use it in their adventure game. Honestly, everything about the game that I've never played it. But everything I've seen about it, everything I've read about it, I looked about it, this game looks absolutely amazing. And what Shogunstein means is everyone was talking about this game for like 2 weeks. No one ever mentioned it again. And what you're getting at is the Cult of the New attitude. And which is one of the reasons why hate is a strong word. One of the reasons why I don't like, let's go with that. That's why I don't like professional board game reviewers. Because this is what happens. They get paid one way, shape, form, fashion, or another. Free games, money, comp tickets, hotel rooms, whatever. They get compensated, so they play these games up. But then you never hear them again. Never. They don't talk about them. They don't mention them again. You know what happens sometimes, and we've talked about this also, sometimes with regards to Kickstarter games, there will be great write-ups from all of the regulars. Let's just call them the regulars. These are great write-ups by the regulars, and then when the game comes out and they get a copy of it, and I think Shogunstein, you phrased it best. I'm going to use the word you used because it's perfect. When the game finally does come out and they review the actual copy of the game, it gets a meh. It gets a meh review. That speaks freaking volumes. Please, please, everyone, note that in the future. If you're watching Man vs. Meeple or Dice Tower or any of the other big name professional ones that you like to watch, keep track of the Kickstarter games. Keep track of what they say about the Kickstarter games before it's finalized and after it comes out. Now, hold on. Don't go there. Don't say that. I don't want to hear, oh, well, John, there's a difference in the game between the final version and the version that the reviewers get. No, very little, very little, very little. Having done this a few times and having gotten review copies from other companies, not a lot, but I do every once in a while. Let me tell you this. The final version is usually very, very much the same. There's very little difference. In gameplay, there's even less difference. I'm talking about difference all over, from components to art to rules. That's just part of the rule. That's just part of a small, tiny part of it. I have never had a review copy that was so radically different from a real copy that it's going to garner a different review. So keep your eye out for that. Whenever you see your favorite reviewers talk about something that's not out yet, like a Kickstarter game or some kind of preview, and they praise it up, and then the game comes out and they get the actual real physical copy of it, the copy that's in the stores and that everyone else is going to get, and then they just give it a meh review, what do you think happened? Really? It didn't change. This is still the same here on the Kickstarter. Not that this wasn't a Kickstarter game, this is a physical example. This was here on the Kickstarter, and then when you get it, it's the same thing. Or it's so minusculely different that it doesn't make a difference. It doesn't. And this is that problem with the cult of the new. And that's what you're talking about right here, Shogun Scene, about the role-player adventure game that everyone was talking about for 2 weeks. That is what happened. It wasn't part of the cult of the new anymore, so nobody cares. When I say nobody cares, I mean the big guys, the professional YouTubers that talk about board games. They don't care. They got their copy of it. They got their compensation. So they give it a meh review. And here's another thing. You'll notice the meh reviews more often with the smaller companies. Yeah. Someone huge like FFG, you are never going to hear them give a bad review after a great preview. Never. It's not going to happen. Because those guys are the bread and butter. It doesn't matter if a small, little, tiny run-of-the-mill company is mad at you because you gave a meh review to their product. Like that happened to me with, I don't even deal with them anymore. I don't even know why it's still on the damn shelf. What is this crap? This one right here. Crap. You know what? I gotta get rid of a few of these. So this game here by, Golden Egg Games. Horrible company. Absolutely shit company. And this game, I gave a review to like 5-6 years ago, and basically, from what I remember in my review, it was a meh review. But at the same time, I mentioned that it was really good for kids. I thought it was a good game for younger kids to get used to fantasy gaming. But otherwise, I gave it a meh review. They refused to talk to me ever again. Ever again. Do I care? No, I don't. Come here. I don't give a fuck. All right, I don't. Golden Egg Games can go to hell. Okay? There's a couple of other companies that feel that way too. You gotta laugh out of that, James. Heard that? Language. Fonzie. Are you saying I might get a copyright strike? Or I might lose my monetization if I curse? Oh no, please. Please, YouTube, don't demonetize me. That's how I feel. That's why I use that language. That's why you don't hear that language a lot. Not because I'm worried about monetization, because I don't particularly care for using that language on YouTube a lot. Trust me, I speak a lot differently on the streets. But here we are. I think Little Will. Also, last 2 comments on this thread about games that feel like D&D. Let's end it here with Little Will. How's that feel? All right, Little Will, one of my favorite Canadians. There's a few of you. One of my favorite Canadians. Little Will says, I can see what you mean about the art. I mean, I met the legendary Larry Elmore, and I absolutely adore his style. Elmore and Parkinson changed the face of fantasy art. At least in regards to role-playing games, tabletop games. And on top of that, if you think about it, there was very little outside of pulp magazines, like featuring such stories like Robert E. Howard Conan stories. There was very little fantasy art. There was very little, and most of it was realistic with like one thing, like a monster that was completely unrealistic. And the rest of it was more or less realistic. The body types, exaggerated to perfection, of course, but still, a guy with a sword and a monster. That's pretty much all it was. And you look at the early D&D, you look at like the early artists, you look at Sutherland, you look at Jeff D, Errol Otis, the old school D&D artists, they literally created the style, the hard style of fantasy. And it was amazing. I still, to this day, love doing nothing more than just looking through the old Monster Manual sometimes, because the artwork is so fantastic. And then the 80s came along, and new artists came in. Dungeons & Dragons was getting bigger than ever. The company was redesigning everything. They brought in some better artists. And better, I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that. That sounds like I'm putting down Errol Otis and the other guys, and I'm not. They got more prominent painters to do their artwork, like Elmore and Parkinson. And that just, again, now changed the face of everything. Dungeons & Dragons changed the face of fantasy art twice in its existence within a 10-year period. Absolutely amazing. And the last thing Lil Will said, and then we'll close it out, unless anybody has a question. Lil Will says on this thread, I really have to try this. You sold it. Role Player looks like the game I could spend hours just creating character builds. That's it. That's it. I didn't get it. I didn't understand the attraction and the allure of that during the Kickstarter, and I let the Kickstarter pass. Then it wasn't until after the Kickstarter I had the opportunity to get the game, and I was like, oh, I got the game. The strategy behind all of the damn dice rolling and placement is so much damn fun. And by the end of it, you've created a kick-ass character. And if you have the expansions, you can take them on little mini quests to kill off monsters and minions and then get to the monster. And that's not talking about the adventure role-playing game that I just finished talking about in that tirade. This is just for the 3 games in this. This is the third box. The third box holds all 3 of them. It was made that way. Actually, no, that's not the third box. That's the big box that was kickstarted with the third box. So it could hold everything in case, like me, you own the first 2 and you were getting the third. So if you're looking for that box particularly, you're not going to find that box unless that's what you want is the big box. I think that's actually what it's called, the big box for Role Player. But again, this is what I was saying before. When I introduce a game, because I like it, and that's the only reason I introduce a game is because I like it, unless it's an unboxing, so I don't know the game yet. I don't know whether I like it or not. So games that I'm talking about, like now, or doing playthroughs for, are games I enjoy. Love them, love playing them. I'm so happy that when a game that brings me joy, you or someone else can get to see that and recognize that you are going to have a similarly good time because you find this just as interesting as me. So that's like the biggest compliment I can ever get on this channel is whenever anyone says, because of watching a video I did on either a game they never heard of or one they didn't think anything of, they realize that they think that game is going to bring them fun and joy, and they decided to get it. That's awesome. That besides just doing this for fun, that's the main reason to do this otherwise. So Lil Will, man, from my heart, I'm so glad that you're going to turn on to this game. I think you will turn on to this when you get it. And you see this. If you like strategy at all, then you're going to like this, because I know you're a D&D head, Lil Will. So if you add in strategy board game tactics onto your love of D&D, you should have been playing this game years ago. All right, so yeah, this weekend, what am I doing? Okay, yes. So this Friday, I wanted to do the second and maybe third chapter of the Princess Bride game. That's going to be Friday night. And then Saturday, boom, Return to Dark Tower. And for the first time, I'm finally going to be trying the Alliances expansion. So Friday night, Saturday night. And there's going to be videos all week long, you know that. All right, I'm James. Gotta make sure I catch episode 1 of Princess Bride before Friday. It was fun. You'll like it. We already talked about this. We already talked about replayability and everything like that, but I think like Lil Will, me, you, being such huge fans of the game, you'll understand what I meant about play it through once, then put it on the shelf, bring it out every now and then. That's where the replayability lies. But the playability, while you're playing it, I had a lot of fun. I hope you have as much fun watching me. All right, so unless there's anything else, I think is that going to be it? Copy? I think Copy says that's going to be it. Let's get back to the spot. He likes to keep an eye on Foo. He doesn't trust Foo. OM says, take care, Pixie. We appreciate you. Not as much as I appreciate all of you. And that's goddamn honest. Thank you very much, everyone. As you know, I'm your buddy Big John Ed G. The Two Gun Pixel presents Legendary Gaming. Have fun, Fonzie.